Hello and welcome to the Weird Science YouTube channel. I am Jim, and I'm going to be reviewing Batman number 75. And Batman number 75 is written by Tom King with art by Tony S. Daniel and Mitch Gerads. Tom King starts off his stretch run of Batman with City of Bane starting right here and right now with an oversized 75th issue. It seems like crawling about a 100-plus issue run on a book is not enough. You actually have to bring the goods. And while King has a ton of loyal fans and a trophy case of awards, I have not been enjoying his run since the end of I Am Bane. Yeah, I don't want to be the douchebag who shows up and yells first, but... well, to catch everybody up, the last two issues of Batman dealt with Thomas Wayne, possibly the Flashpoint version. I'm starting to think that he might be from the Dark Multiverse, though, taking Bruce to an ancient Nain pit, which is a fancier name for a Lazarus pit, to resurrect his mother Martha so the Waynes can be a family again. While we should all live with the Pet Cemetery rule, dead is better, it ends up being a moot point anyway as Bruce hides the body from his father. They discuss the fairy tale, The Animals in the Pit, and then they fight to the fairy tale, The Animals in the Pit. Yup, 3 times as a charm after getting the fairy tale in issue number 57, and then essentially twice here. The issue ended with a lone glove coming out of the pit, but whose glove? Thomas's? Bruce's? Well, spoiler alert, it doesn't really matter. Why is that? Well, because issue number 75 opens up with a later, and I am doing air quotes here and rolling my eyes. Why not give us a time frame? Why be so secretive about it? Maybe I'm giving King too much credit because nothing at all is set up in this issue. There are wow moments, Riddler and Joker working together as detectives in the GCPD, Hugo Strange as Commissioner, and Thomas Wayne as Gotham's Dark Knight. But how did we get here? I know that most King supporters will say that all will be revealed later, but why not give us some solid setup for your last story on Batman, and one that's supposed to tie the whole run together? Take a hint from all the other writers you seem to quote and lift ad nauseum throughout your run, and just give us a story. Speaking of which, the narration that appears later in the Bruce Wayne parts of this issue is lifted from the movie Charlie Wilson's War. The main story here starts with Riddler and Joker tracking down Two-Face, who is obviously not down with Bane's vision of Gotham. Since Two-Face is involved, we get a whole lot of twos leading to the baddie, including poor Dr. Double X, who has been shot twice in the head. Actually, we get both bodies of Double X, each shot twice in the head, with each bleeding out into the street. That really sucks if you're a Double X fan, and come on, I know you're out there. But it also doesn't make any sense. Dr. Double X is one person. He is Dr. Simon X, who created an energy duplicate of himself to become Double X. An energy duplicate doesn't bleed. An energy duplicate does not die. It disappears if Simon dies. This is a huge mistake, and another example of Tom King messing up big time while trying to be clever. A simple glance at Double X's Wikipedia page was all he needed to do to see his error, but we are stuck on the synergy of Double X and Two-Face, and he was probably dreaming of all the tweets he was going to get praising his genius. The issue continues with Bruce trying to find the memory of the mountain, and Thomas Wayne going after Two-Face. It doesn't go well for Bruce as he gets hit over the head and sliced by some Himalayan street toughs. And why does Tom King hate Bruce so much? Soon there'll be a new saying in Gotham, as easy as taking candy from a Batman. And speaking of Batman, Thomas Wayne has Gotham Girl as his Robin, and she brings a lot to the table here. A lot of word bubbles, that is. I can only imagine that Tom King finally took a look at Brian Michael Bendis' books and wanted to say, hold my beer, like all the kids do nowadays. Before now, I thought it was impossible for a creator of a character to write that character out of character. But I stand correct. After taking down Solomon Grundy and Amygdala, Thomas comes face to face with Harvey Dent and separates both sides of his brain with a well-placed batarang. Okay, I guess King has discovered a new procedure to take care of split personalities. Step aside comics, we got ourselves a brain scientist up in here. And I'm not even going into the idea that Gotham Girl shows up and ends up fighting some heavy hitters, Solomon Grundy and Amygdala. There's the whole thing that was set up with her when she first appeared in this run, that her powers will eventually kill her. I don't know if Tom King remembers that. The issue ends with Psycho Pirate doing his best Hathaway impersonation. And if you don't know what that means, look it up on YouTube. Don't blame me for the weeks of singing ahead of you. We also get the Batcat reunion everybody but me has been waiting for, and Lex kind of giving Bane an offer for the year of the villain. Tom King goes into his bag of tricks for the reunion, but it's obvious it's a very small bag of trips filled with hell yeah, Bat Burger menu, a question of whether Bruce and Selina met on a boat or in the alley. Does everybody understand this is just playing around with the classic first meeting versus the year one meeting? It's not that funny, it's not that clever, and now it has just become eye-rollingly silly. This is a pretty great-looking issue by Tony Daniel and Mitch Gerards overall, and while they do a lot of the heavy lifting here, they really don't save the day, because this is a standard fare issue for Tom King Batman. No setup, a lot of fill-in-the-blanks writing, dialogue lifted from something else, and Batman on the losing end of things once again. I'm sure that by issue number 85, Batman will rise up and become the hero he's meant to be, but will that make up for 84 issues of the opposite? After all of that, there's something cool going on here with this Gotham turned upside down, but will it be explained by the end, and will the explanation make sense? I've been burnt way too many times in this run to be confident of that, but we can only hope. And because of all that, taking into account the art as well, I am going to go with a 5.5 out of 10 for my score. And I hope you enjoyed this review. And if you did, you can subscribe and like it below. Also, check out the links that I have underneath all of this here so that you can go and listen to me talk on my weekly DC Comics podcast with my partner in crime, Eric Shea, at the Weird Science DC Comics podcast. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you later.